there. Now, to me, he was still moving. I don't think Brandon Slater got there in time, and they waved it off.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups. Are presented by Hotels.com for Villanova. Gillespie, Moore, Slater, Samuels, and Eric Dixon. Yeah, down at the other end, Terry Weimer had and one, and Rob Riley had to charge.
Very aggressive pressure defense in the half court by Tennessee.
Gillespie off the dribble. That rebound is tipped, and it ends up with Santiago Vescovi. Vescovi, combo, and a good rebound, and a good possession arrow, and it belongs to Villanova. And again, the lineups there you see, presented by Hotels.com. Olivier Kamwa coming off a really nice game, 23 points against East Tennessee.
He's a guy that has gotten better and better. What you're going to see from these teams today, Purdue as well, North Carolina, you're going to see upperclassmen who have really improved over their careers.
There's some pressure. It ends up in Samuels and into the front court. What do you look for offensively from Villanova?
This is truly a positionless offense. You have 5 guys that can all post, 5 guys that can all shoot the 3-ball, John.
Samuels ball fake, had it slapped away, regathers. Tennessee playing some good defense. Moore the jumper, that'll go.
This kid is as good in an isolation situation as anybody in the country. Justin Moore does not need this Villanova offense to create his own shot.
Vescovi into the paint. Shot short, tipped, rebound Moore. And a travel. Tripped over his own guy as Samuels was on the ground.
Yeah, tough break for Villanova because Moore knew that he was going to have to throw the ball down to the floor, but not in time.
Yeah, Jay Wright, 21st season at Villanova, and of course just enshrined into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, and as well he's won a couple of national titles. Chandler, there's that floater, short. And rebound Villanova.
Villanova basketball first to the floor. That's practiced. If you don't get on the floor first, you're going to hear the horn quickly. Good job by Slater.
Gillespie backing down the smaller Chandler, but shoots the air ball and good defense. All right, we showed you Jay Wright. What about on the other side? Guy you used to work for, and right now Terry Weimer and Rick Barnes just having a little chat. And there he is. And Rick in his 7th season at Tennessee. Of course, prior to that, stops at Texas, Clemson. You worked for him at Providence.
I did, yep. Very quietly, 730 wins. 35th year as a head coach. Nice. Had him inside, but they missed him.
Yeah, I don't think everybody would know Rick Barnes is 7th among active coaches in win total, and you're talking about a guy all-time tied for 16th.
Yeah, no question. Started at George Mason, then to Providence, Clemson, Texas, and great hire by Dave Hart 7 years ago when Texas unceremoniously showed him the door, but it worked out great for Vol Nation. A lot of switching. Both teams will switch.
Or step back, shot short, loose ball, and good work there. Samuels able to corral it. Looking for some help, and a turnover. Here come the balls. Kick up ahead, James.
See if Gillespie will go back into that post.
Tried to find Dixon, overshot him. And offense has been sluggish in the early going. We have just the safety for Villanova, and it's 2-zip. Vescovi in and out.
I would say feeling out process so far. First couple minutes. Both teams we watched yesterday, very scouting report oriented. Tennessee not going to give up the open 3. Look for Villanova. They are one of the best shot faking teams in the country. And watch Gillespie work in the post. And keep your eye on the weak side now.
Gillespie inside, bullies his way to a basket.
Now, John, I don't think Colin Gillespie can beat you posting all night. What Tennessee did right there, they did not leave shooters. Remember, Villanova shooting 49% from behind the arc.
Good active hands by Villanova, out of bounds. And it'll stay with Tennessee. Well, fans, more college basketball coming your way at 4 right here on ESPN News. Purdue and North Carolina. The Cheez-It Basketball Hall of Fame continues. And our championship game will be at 1 Eastern on ABC tomorrow.
Good job.
Third place game at 3:30 on Sunday.
If we transported ourselves to late March to Boston or Chicago or San Jose, this would be an NCAA Sweet 16 regional. No doubt about it.
And there is Roy Williams. He'll be watching Hubert Davis in his first season as head coach at North Carolina. Hubert Davis, who, by the way, said, you know, Hubert's a North Carolina alum, but he almost signed to play for Rick Barnes at George Mason.
That's right. Remember, Dean Smith went into Hubert's house the first time and said, we don't think you're going to play much at North Carolina. A couple days later, the coaching staff at North Carolina got Coach Smith to change his mind. Of course, Hubert's uncle Walter, one of the all-time greats.
Right.
And all Hubert did, by the way, was end up as maybe the greatest shooter in North Carolina history. There's some argument there, but he's certainly in the top 2 or 3.
Well, he's 3rd all-time in the history of the NBA in three-point field goal percentage. So that says something right there. Villanova, the early 4-zip lead. John Shambi, Fran Fraschilla, Dixon.
Great shot fake.
Yeah, the jumper will go there for Brandon Slater.
Somewhere Coach Knight, Bob Knight, is watching and hearing shot fake. But Villanova, this is part of the way they get a defense to bite on the perimeter and get into the paint. Well done by the much improved Brandon Slater.
9 possessions for Tennessee. They're 0 for 5 from the floor, with 4 making 5 turnovers. So the Villanova defense has been suffocating. Foul on the floor. Our under 16 timeout. Villanova up 6-zip.
What does he got to improve on, Coach? He said his shooting, and he has. Watch more work in the post, but he's looking weak side.
Slater jumper, that rattles home, and it's a triple.
Brandon Slater was 3 for 29 from 3 his first 2 seasons. He is now 10 for 13 behind the arc. The Villanova player development program is second to none.
Offensive foul and everything going Villanova's way. And finish that thought. I mean, but Jay Wright, we visited with him yesterday, and he said he's grateful to have kids who are coachable, but you also just got to have guys that are willing to buy in. Slater's a good example.
John, he played 50-some-odd minutes as a freshman. I asked one of their staff members back then, is he going to transfer? And he said no. He understands the process at Villanova. Now he's averaging 17 a game as a senior. Watch this kid work in the post.
Justin Moore, step back. Loose ball. And into the hands of Zakai Ziegler. Ziegler into the game, a freshman from New York.
Great story. Wasn't recruited until the Peach Jam. Had no offers until the middle of the summer.
Jumper off the mark, as that wouldn't go from Josiah Jordan James. And it'll stay right here, Tennessee basketball. That foul will be on Caleb Daniels. Slater will sit. Dixon checks back in for Villanova, and Fulkerson, the 24-year-old super senior, in for Tennessee.
Got his AARP card this summer. He's set to go.
Yeah.
He would be probably somewhere in the middle of the, maybe in the middle of the pack somewhere in the NBA as far as age.
Yeah, you're talking about he's older than close to a third of NBA players. Gillespie, jumper. And a foul underneath against the Wildcats. And there's Folky, as they call him, down in Knoxville. 56% career field goal percentage. Fran, he's got a chance not only to break the all-time Tennessee games played record, but also the SEC all-time record.
Well, he's caught that super senior break, which has been great for college basketball this year.
And that jumper is good, and they finally get on the board. Santiago Vescovi. I know, I was talking to their media relations staff. He basically was letting everybody say his name wrong for the first little while, but the emphasis on the first part is what he said, Vescovi.
I love it, from Uruguay.
Yep.
Good job, stay down on the shot fake, but watch Gillespie.
Samuels hooks that one, a three.
Another one of those guys who got very few minutes as a freshman, and he's become an all-league player. Another super senior for Jay Wright. He and Gillespie basically committed to return on the same day in April. I think basketball has been served really well this summer. To the floor, there they go!
Dixon gives it ahead, and now Gillespie. Toss inside, Moore can't hit. Loose ball, and Gillespie fighting for it.
Look at that, you love this! Basketball in November, both teams!
Moore. And they get the push underneath on Daniels, and that is going to be his second.
Love this, man. Both teams, coaches, teach this. We get on the floor for the loose ball. Every possession matters, no matter how early in the game. Gotta love it. These are two teams that are going to go deep in March. And it's not just a skill level.
Yeah, Rick Barnes' team and Jay Wright's team. It's pretty evident as we're a little over 7 minutes in, and they play hard.
Oh, yeah. Rick Barnes coached as a young coach in the old Big East. Guys like Rowley and Boeheim, John Thompson, Louis. Watch the footwork.
And Fulkerson traveled. John Fulkerson, this is just his second game. He missed the beginning of the year with a broken thumb. You see there's that foot moving.
You know, the crazy thing about Eric Dixon is he's a third-year sophomore, but in effect, he's a freshman because he's going to get the COVID year back.
Yep.
And so you're talking about a guy that's been in this program for a while. That's a tough pass inside.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we talk about doing these games and identifying players. At least for me, this is one of those years. I'm not sure that I'm going to specifically ID years anymore because so many of these guys are sophomores, but they will have 3 years left. You know, something along those lines.
Absolutely.
So it makes it challenging. Fulkerson left hand, and that'll go.
That time he didn't mess around with Dixon. He went right through him. I like that. But John, I mentioned the point I made earlier. Early in this season, college basketball has been outstanding. The level of play has been so good because more teams are relying on older players and not necessarily freshmen.
I think more specifically, and I know this is a little bit of a straw man, but you usually didn't see high major teams with this level of experience. It was usually the mid-majors more experienced. The high majors had the younger, higher level recruits. Absolutely. And that's changing that.
And remember what we said a few years ago, to beat Duke and Kentucky with their one and dones? You had to get old and get guys like Colin Gillespie. And more teams in college into the post if you're Villanova. The guards will get it there with the back-end dribble.
It's interesting to see the roster that Jay Wright has put together because there's so many similar type players in terms of body type. These are guys that are physically strong and are ready for that type of contact that you see in, you know, big-time level college basketball.
The reason they're physically strong is because they get to stay in college for 3 or 4 years. And John Shackleton, their strength coach, is one of the best. But you take a look now, it is hard. Now, they've got a kid, Trey Patterson, who's going to be a stud. High school All-American out of Somerset, New Jersey. He's not played a lot early. Nana Njoku, another big kid who's going to help them. They have to learn the system, and it takes a few games, it takes a few months, and in the case of Slater, sometimes it takes a year.
Combo with the ball, gives off Powell.
Powell's dangerous.
That jumper wouldn't go from James. Villanova basketball as they lead it by 10.
Watch how they spread the floor now.
Move the ball nicely. Samuels off the mark. Dixon with an offensive rebound.
He'll look weak side as he backs in. Watch him look.
Got his defender in the air and put it in past Brandon Huntley Hatfield.
And another one of those guys who was in witness protection as a freshman, who's starting to emerge. It's a great start for Villanova. A little surprised by this, but Chandler's got 2 fouls.
Foul the floor against the Wildcats. All right, a reminder tonight, Pac-12's top teams score off in a potential championship game preview. Number 3, Oregon heading to Salt Lake. Playoff hope still alive. They'll tackle number 23, Utah. Saturday Night Football presented by Arby's, 7:30 on ABC and the ESPN app.
I promise you, Rice Eccles Stadium, Kyle Whittingham will have that crew ready for the Ducks.
Out of bounds off Villanova, Tennessee basketball. 9:31 to go here in the first half.
Outstanding defense by Villanova to this point. They are a great scout team. If you can't go left, they make you go left. If you can't shoot, they give you the shot.
Powell, the Auburn transfer, off the mark with the jumper, and Villanova the other way. One of the things that Villanova was really focused on, making sure that they grab defensive rebounds, because this should be a very good offensive rebounding Tennessee team. Dixon inside, left hand, a little bit strong. The freshman Chandler on the bench right now.
Villanova doing a lot of switching, and it doesn't matter by position. Nice move.
Vescovy, and they get the block. And a foul on the Wildcats, Jermaine Samuels.
Santi spent the summer with the Uruguayan national team. Played with a lot of professional players down under. One of the very first kids to come out of the NBA Global Basketball Academy.
By the way, my favorite note, at least so far that I've been reading and looking through game notes, is on Santiago Vescovy. He says that when he goes to a restaurant and is asked to give a name, he puts in Bob because it's just easier.
Bob Vescovy.
So
I like
good.
it. I like it. Good player. He's really improved. He's improved his shooting. He's always been a tough, gritty, typical. You know, he's not Manu Ginobili,
right?
But he's got that kind of toughness.
Victor Bailey Jr. back in.
This Tennessee team, John, they go 10 deep. They've got some guys coming off that bench like Vic, Bailey, and Powell, Justin Powell. Remember, he got off to a great start at Auburn last year before suffering a concussion. Good defense. Now foul.
Vescovy picks up his first.
Last time these two teams met, you'll remember, Battle for Atlantis 2017. Tennessee led by 12 at the half. It's the year Villanova went on to win a national title. Rick Barnes showed me a picture yesterday in that game. There were 9 pros in the game at one time. In that one picture. Amazing.
17-7, Villanova with the lead. More handling, mid-range jumper, rattles in and out.
He has a knack of getting his shot. That time didn't go down.
Tennessee's been held down by a stifling Villanova defense thus far. Vescovy rattles that one in.
Great move. And there's an Archie Diacono pushed him to his right hand and reached in the first half. This young man, 0 scholarship offers in early July. He's a young man that played high school basketball at the Peach Jam in Augusta, Georgia. He blew up out of nowhere. Tennessee jumped on him. He visited Tennessee. He reclassified into the class of 2021. They signed him, and here's the crazy thing. They signed him knowing they had Kennedy Chandler. Now, Kennedy's likely one and done. This kid, Zakai Ziegler, is going to be a great 4-year player. Make Chandler better every day. And the connection was a guy by the name of Shandu McNeil, who played at Archbishop Malloy High School.
And St. Bonaventure.
He did, and Rick Barnes recruited Shandu at Providence about 30 years ago. Shandu said to Zakai, you go there, you're going to get better. Rick Barnes, I trust him. And he signed at the early part of August. And he's out on the court right now, John. No offers in early July.
Ziegler gives off to Powell. Cobb with a rebound, but a foul on the floor against Villanova.
Villanova is a gang rebounding team. They do not have any rim protection to speak of in terms of shot blocking, so they have to rebound as a group.
Ziegler here.
There he goes.
Quick. Wow.
How about
high
that?
off the glass and good for the freshman.
5'9", maybe.
But the quickness is not in doubt. 19-11. Closing out 7 to go first half. John Chomby, Fran Fraschilla. The Cheez-It Basketball Hall of Fame tip-off. Semifinal number 1 still to come. Purdue and North Carolina.
Villanova back with their starting 5 now.
Gillespie, nothing but net. And a three-pointer. 22-11. He's got 10.
You know, much like Zakai Ziegler, Colin Gillespie, a late addition. He had Division II offers in the summer before his senior year.
Fran Fraschilla, how about physical guard play? Check out this last move.
Oh yeah, Justin Moore, the young man from DC, DeMatha High School, starter for 3 years now, figured out the system. John, he reminds me of a guy I actually played high school basketball against, Vinnie Johnson, because he's a power guard. Vinnie could post up and shoot the 3. And ironically enough, Brandon Slater's father, James, played with Vinnie Johnson in high school in Brooklyn. But that's my comp for him. Go back and YouTube it, kids. Vinnie Johnson, the microwave.
Kamwa inside.
This is the culture. Tennessee has not adjusted yet. Remember, when you play Villanova, they're going to give up their body. Now, you can make an argument, take that play out of the... That's the rule. The rule is 2 feet on the floor before you leave your feet. And if you play Villanova and you drive to the basket, expect bodies.
Yep. So the offensive foul, 24-11.
Pressure.
Gillespie, open look. And out of bounds as Dixon was fighting for it. And it'll be Villanova basketball.
See what Rick Barnes did on that possession, John? Little half-court pressure to try to speed the game up.
Good look inside. And Dixon tried to reverse, and then out of bounds. I mean, he had the right idea, he just couldn't convert.
I think early in his career so far, Jay Wright's telling him this, Eric Dixon does not use his frame to power through people. There is no reason on that play to finesse that ball with the PhD, proper hand development. He's got to take it through somebody's face.
Gillespie, little hesitation, and then going to work down low on James.
No, I don't agree with that call.
Yeah.
Earl Walton, I don't think he did enough of that hook move right there. I know why he called it, but I don't think there was enough there to call that. Let's watch.
Take a peek.
Watch Gillespie back in. Maybe. Okay, Earl. Okay.
Tennessee 11 points and 11 turnovers here in the first half. Bailey looking for space.
Villanova's just switching everywhere.
Surprised no Chandler.
No, Rick Barnes has always been conservative in playing a guy with 2 fouls. He's got Vesco will be back now with 2, but to me that's out of desperation.
Inside, good look, Slater. That was short, and it'll go to the deck. So Brandon Slater to the line.
Young man who came out of a great program, Paul VI at Northern Virginia. Duke's got 2 starters. Anthony Harris, who we'll see in the next game, another teammate of Brandon Slater's.
Gets the first. A reminder, Feast Week rolls on tomorrow night with the championship games on ESPN and at the Shriners Children's Charleston Classic. Tips off 7:30 p.m. Number 22 St. Bonaventure going up against Marquette at TD Arena, the College of Charleston. And then the Roman main event title game, number 4 Michigan and Arizona from T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. And a throwdown from Samuels. Well, Villanova in this one.
Did not expect this, John. Villanova has stifled Tennessee's offense. Tennessee has not figured out how to handle the switching of Villanova.
Vescovi, a turnover. Slater the other way. And may have turned his ankle a little bit. Gillespie picks up the loose ball and they'll dribble it out. Moore swings to Gillespie.
Great
gets
shot
a piece
fake.
of the paint and kicks out.
Watch the shot faking. This guy can create.
And the jumper is good for Samuels.
That national championship team in 18, Jermaine Samuels could not get quality minutes. Look at the improvement.
Build on a 12-2 run. Bailey, Vescovi, off the mark. And Dixon tracks it down again. To mention earlier, talked to the PR staff at Tennessee. Santi Vescovi and that right ankle will head to the line. Villanova off to a great start, up by 18 here in the first half.
I mentioned it earlier. Brandon Slater played a total of 51 minutes as a freshman, John. And he's ginger now. You can see him stepping to the line. But you ready for this? He played 12 minutes in his last 16 games as a freshman.
Yeah.
I mean, most guys and their AAU guy, their workout guy, mom, dad, aunt, uncle would have had him out the door. And instead, he's a Villanova grad soon. And he's a key guy on one of the top 5 or 6, 7 teams in America. You have to run your own race. And not every player is a one-and-done guy. This kid here, after playing so little as a freshman, will be in somebody's training camp next year in the NBA. There's no doubt. He's a 6'7" athlete.
Kennedy Chandler, the freshman, back in the game. Left hand. Just couldn't finish it. Loose ball. And more on Brandon Slater. Look at that. Took 9 shots his first year.
It's not for everybody. You know, Purdue, Villanova, Tennessee, it's not for everybody.
Yep.
But if you want a coach to push you, I'll tell you, we've got 4 great coaches today. And we're going to see Hubert Davis. This is an inaugural year.
Yeah, you said what, an AD's dream, all 4 of them,
You
right?
know what? If you're an athletic director, you can put your head on the pillow at night knowing that these 4 guys are your head coach. Going to stay out of NCAA trouble. Going to be great role models. Little zone now by Tennessee. They are just trying to find an answer.
Fulkerson couldn't hit the free throw. They've been held to 11 first half points. And Samuels throws it down.
They were ready. Remember, this is a veteran Villanova team.
They see the zone and carve it up. It's a 14-0 Villanova run. turnover.
How do you discourage a zone attack from the inside out? Right there, you get a lob. They went zone to change the tempo. Villanova ready for it and attacked it and sliced it up. Whenever I saw zone as a coach, John, I said we're going inside because they don't think we can either shoot it or they don't think we can score inside. So we get the easy basket on the lob and they go, okay, now what?
Feed here. Dixon going to work inside. And that shot wouldn't fall. Volunteers the other way, and then they get the foul on Dixon. Unnecessary right there. His second. Yeah, for Tennessee today, 11 points and 14 turnovers. Been frustrating for Rick Barnes to watch.
Dixon goes out. Samuels comes in. And when Jermaine Samuels started playing as a sophomore, he was really a center. Now he's a guy that can play inside, also shoot the three ball. This is a positionless team right now that Jay Wright has out there.
Santiago Vescovi checking in for Villanova, Jordan Longino.
Another one of those guys who just, if he waits his turn, he's going to be a tremendous player. Former high school football quarterback at Germantown Academy. That's a place that's produced a lot of well-known people.
Moore, a step to his right, in and out. And here come the Vols. Down by 20, under 2 to go first half. Tennessee would love to close on a little bit of a run.
Exactly. That's exactly what the coach was thinking. Just get 2 or 3 baskets here.
Chandler looking for space, being harassed. Jumper. And fight for that loose ball. And they'll go possession arrow, and it belongs to Tennessee. Good work by Fulkerson, getting on the ground and grabbing that one. John Fulkerson, the super senior.
And that's a guy that has gotten on the ground for loose balls many times in his Vol career.
He's dealt with a lot too. I mean, last year had a rough battle with COVID, bad wrist, had facial surgery, and then missed the first game this year with that bad left thumb that you see is taped.
Great footwork, good kick out.
That one short. Vescovi can't hit.
Tennessee staying in that zone.
Samuels. And a rebound pulled down by Huntley Hatfield. Tennessee into the front court, closing in on a minute to go. Volunteers picked 4th. Nice move by Fulkerson to put it in. Vols picked 4th in the SEC. It should be a pretty good SEC this year.
Top of the league is dynamite. Alabama, Kentucky, Auburn, Tennessee, among others. Mississippi State's got some players. Quick shot. That was a 2-for-1 shot, but the clock didn't reset. Keep an eye on that.
Samuels from the corner. That wouldn't go. And now got a 3 and change different shot clock and game clock. Kennedy Chandler, the freshman, he has been quiet here in this first half. Hasn't scored.
Some sort of pick at all 5 spots. We talk about switching defense.
Yeah.
When they switch, rarely do they switch into a mismatch because of the physicality of those upperclassmen.
At least so far, yeah, for the season, forcing a little over 15. They're almost at that right now. All right, go back to Tennessee for a second. Where do they get offense in the second half?
They have to take advantage of the opportunities in switching to exploit a mismatch or 2. In other words, if we've got Gillespie on a big in the low post, be patient enough to go in and attack him. Now, Tennessee, look at this, coming out in the zone again to just change the tempo of the game. They know Villanova can shoot the ball, and there's a turnover.
So a good start for the Vols on defense. Kick up ahead.
And I think Chandler and Vescovi have got to continue to attack.
James And a rebound pulled down by Moore. Now, one of the problems for Tennessee in the first half, a lot of one and done. Good defensive rebound there by Josiah Jordan-James.
See, there's a mismatch there, and you have to attack Dixon if you have an opportunity.
Samuel stepped to the passing lane and knocked it out of bounds as Conwell was the intended receiver.
John, when you switch against me, I have to be able to attack you somewhere.
Right.
Whether it's on the perimeter, guard on big, or inside our big on your guard. And Tennessee doesn't seem to have that in the arsenal just yet.
Good job by Chandler getting to the line. That quickness on display again. Kennedy Chandler, number 10 of the ESPN 100, arguably the top freshman point guard in the country.
I think that you can make that argument right now. And listen, when you play for Rick Barnes as a freshman, if it's a Terrell McIntyre back at Clemson, of course, the great TJ Ford, the National Player of the Year, longtime NBA guy DJ Augustine, Rick Barnes will give you the ball. Remember I said 90 seconds ago, he's got to be aggressive. It doesn't matter whether you switch or not. This kid will get into the paint on any of those 5 Villanova players. He's got to do it judiciously without picking up that 3rd foul.
Villanova breaks pressure from the free throw line, and Eric Dixon knocks it down.
I still like the zone for a few more possessions just to get Villanova out of that half-court man rhythm.
Vescovy knocks down the triple, and they needed that.
Rick Barnes called him their most improved player this summer, and one of the things he's really done is honed in on the 3 ball. And a little scramble press right now.
And again, remember, this is a really good Tennessee team, expected to be one of the tops in the SEC. Slater couldn't hit. James rebounds.
I see a run coming.
James the rebound. And now back out, and Chandler will set it up.
There's a mismatch. Get by him.
Chandler from deep, and that one just skims the rim. And it did hit the rim. They didn't reset.
Yep, they'll go look at it quickly, but a good call, John. Watch that ball come off. And that is your reset.
Yeah.
And even that last possession by Chandler, I want to see him attack Dixon and get to the paint, create, dump off, kick out. Don't settle for that 3, even though he shot it really well so far. There's the angle right there. You see the ball head down as soon as it catches the side of the rim.
Yeah. Villanova leading by 17 as we get things going here in the second half. John Shelby, Fran Fraschilla, still to come. North Carolina and Purdue.
Back in 17, when these two teams met in the battle for Atlantis, Tennessee had an 18-point lead in the first half, 12 at the half, and Villanova went on a 23-2 run. Of course, that was a national championship team.
Officials confirmed that the ball hit the rim, so Tennessee basketball, it'll be 18 of the shot clock. Jay Wright and Villanova in control here in this one.
Nice. Yep. What Chandler did there is he rejected the screen and he attacked Slater, who's now picked up a 3rd foul.
So Slater, number 3. Brandon will stay out there.
See, I would attack Slater now with the 3.
Chandler quickly to the basket, and the freshman puts it in.
Yeah, and that's where the offense will come from. His ability to use that speed and create easy opportunities.
So Kennedy Chandler with the deuce, his first field goal.
Well, we talked about this young man in the first half. He had the 2 quick fouls, but there's the speed to the basket, and he really does a nice job of using the window on all of his drives. There, the little scoop shot. See, this zone has kind of flummoxed Villanova on the perimeter, but a nice job by Dixon in the high paint area.
Dixon gets it to go, and the lead back to 17. Chandler drawing to contact. So Justin Moore now picks up his third. So both Slater and Moore with 3. Santiago Vescovi sitting with 3.
And because this is not a deep Nova team right now, he's going to trust his upperclassmen.
Dixon rebounds the miss from James. Villanova into the front court.
Staying in that 2-3 zone.
Moore launches. Can't hit. And over the back. Is that going to be 4 on Slater?
I believe so. We will not see him for a few minutes. Aggressively attacking on the backside. He needed to be a little more judicious with that decision.
So we'll see. A 17-point advantage. Caleb Daniels checks in. Probably going to be a while till we see Brandon Slater again.
Remember how effective Daniels was last year as a transfer. There's another foul, but I like the aggressiveness of Kennedy Chandler. You are not going to keep him out of the lane if the offense is not working. John, this is exactly what I talked about. Rick Barnes, if he's got a terrific player at the point, he will let him play this way. You see the reach in right there by Samuels. Offense is not working. He is the best offense right now.
Yep. And Fulkerson will hand it off to the freshman as the Vols look to chip away at a 17-point deficit. Chandler so quick, gets inside, rejected. Daniels jump stop. Dixon will try. James the rebound.
Dixon's first miss.
Quiet in the first half. Starting to get going. He's got 4 points.
But he's their offense right now.
Yep.
And I think it has to be that way. A little 3/4 court pressure by Tennessee. They've done more trapping. Kind of changed the tempo of this game.
Daniels wide open look. Samuels.
Yep. Caleb Daniels has not made a 3-point shot this season. Uncharacteristic. It's like a baseball player going to start the season, right? 0 for 10, 0 for 12. You've seen it happen.
And then it starts to get in your head a little bit.
Could be. The man who transferred from Tulane, same high school that produced Kerry Kittles.
Kamwa, jumper. And the rebound pulled down by Daniels.
Another one of those linebackers, right?
I know. Just thinking the same thing.
Shot big.
Moore backing inside. Keeps his pivot foot. And the rebound.
New clock, 20 seconds. He did keep that pivot foot. And they get away with some because they are known to be a pivoting team.
Right. Gillespie. That one just grazes the rim. Tennessee rebound. Ball's trying to find some type of offensive flow. James. That's a 3. And Samuels sweeps in for the rebound. And the foul is on Olivier Kamwa.
The good news for Rick Barnes is that the zone has worked. It has taken Villanova out of that offensive rhythm, and you say, wait a minute, they're a great shooting team. It doesn't matter. It's a different defense than that they were used to in the first half. Problem, John, is still on the offensive end.
Chris Archidiacono checks in. And again, Slater with 4 fouls for Villanova, but they've built this big lead, and Tennessee just hasn't been able to chip away at it.
Staying in that zone. Most success has been through the high post. Nice.
Daniels hesitation, then puts it on the floor. Shot wouldn't go.
Josiah James has been quiet today. Former McDonald's All-American.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, one of the other components, Fran, Tennessee's 2 for 17 from 3. And if they're going to get back in this game, you got to figure that's going to change.
And that's a guy who could change it, Bailey, but he can't knock it down.
Good rebound from Plopchich. And on the baseline, that'll go for James.
No rotation that time. Samuel slipped, and it's the minor win for Tennessee as they've cut into this lead by 5.
Arcidiacono.
Tell you, they're not reversing the ball either. That ball stayed on one side. It's a good opportunity for Tennessee right now.
Plopchich passes away to Bailey. And that one turned over. Here comes Villanova. Gillespie. And Moore's jumper wouldn't go, but there's Samuels. Rejected there by Plopchich. End to end they go, but Kennedy Chandler couldn't convert.
I loved it. Yeah, the Gillespie purposely jumped out of his way at the last minute. No contact.
And that time, Arcidiacono able to get it to go.
Here at the Hall of Fame tip-off, I saw John DeLeva, who has done an amazing job with the Hall of Fame. And the newest member right there, one of the new members.
He said cool. That this year's pre-conference schedule is the toughest since they've been here, and this is 21st year, so that it says a lot. I mean, they've already played UCLA. Still to come, it would appear, the winner of Purdue and North Carolina, and then, of course, you're looking at a tough Big East schedule that they got to deal with also.
Remember, I asked him if he would play this schedule in 2005 when they were still on the cusp. Some people were really concerned about whether Jay Wright could turn Villanova around. He has, and he said that his team now is built to handle a loss or 2 or 3 in the non-conference because they're older and more mature and they understand the big picture.
How about that game, December 12th against Baylor? A chance for them. They'll go on the road. That'll be in Waco. But maybe they get some revenge. They lost to Baylor in the Sweet 16 without Colin Gillespie.
I think that Dickie V might be doing that game, right?
I believe he is.
And I think, are you with him?
I am.
That's great. Love it.
From the corner, Daniels buries it.
First 3 of the year for Caleb Daniels. So like we said, a 300 hitter gets off to Schneid with a long ball. That'll make him feel good. Young man once dropped 36 against Wichita when he was at Tulane. Nice screen.
Bailey couldn't hit. Rebound tracked down. That's Justin Moore.
We're all pulling for you. We love you. And thanks again for all you've done for the game of basketball.
Rick Barnes and Matt Painter join us saying, get well, Dickie V. And he's making his season debut Tuesday. 1 against 2, Gonzaga and UCLA out in Vegas. What about Rick Barnes and his connection to Dick Vitale? He's been in touch with him a little bit, huh?
He has, yeah. Rick texts. He didn't want us to say this, but we'll say it anyway. He can get mad at me later. I work for him. I recruited well for him.
Right.
But he texts Dick every day. Rick's a very religious guy.
Yep.
He's eschewed swearing. And, yeah, there's no question that he has reached out to Dick, as we all are thinking of Dick. And Dick, by the way, stay away from the Celine Dion concerts while you're out there. Just concentrate on #1 versus #2.
Yep.
Seriously, it's so great to have him back, and what an inspiration, John.
No doubt.
He has shown us all about this fight versus cancer. You know, he put his money where his mouth is many years ago with the V Foundation, has raised millions and millions, but to see him in action is just amazing.
Vescovi can't hit wide open there. I think the other thing as well, you know, Matt Painter summed it up nicely. Everything that Dick Vitale has done for college basketball, when you think about, you know, the explosion of interest in college basketball, it certainly ties into ESPN, and it ties to Dick Vitale.
John, I got an autographed book that Dick signed for me. You ready for this? In 1987.
That's awesome.
I was a young assistant at Ohio State, and he was big then.
Yeah.
And there you go, Vescovi. He's been knocking that ball down lately. But it's just amazing the impact he's had on college basketball. And because you know what? In an age of negativity, you talk about Dick, and there's no negativity in his body. He'll criticize when it's necessary. But this guy has promoted college basketball more than anybody in basketball history. It's just a fact.
Yeah, that's right. And he will have number 1 against number 2 on Tuesday in the AP. Gonzaga and UCLA out in Vegas. Dixon goes opposite.
Kick out, shot fake.
Samuels. Wow.
How beautiful.
Yeah.
Dixon had a post up, passed it up, kicked it out to Gillespie. Gillespie, of course, shot faked it to create some indecision by the defense. And then this guy, Samuels, what a player he's turned out to be.
A flop warning there. Jay Wright, his team up by 22. Disappointing afternoon for Tennessee on the offensive end. Certainly, at least in part, a credit to the defense that the Wildcats have played. 8.5 to go in this one. And a foul counted.
Interesting. I thought that was a continuation. Definitely a foul call, but Rob Riley said no, in the act. I don't think that this was in the act. Let's see, there's the contact. No, I don't like it, but I'm okay with it. These guys have done a great job today. You know, it's the only profession where you got to start out perfect and improve from there, you know?
Yep.
And they take way too much criticism during the year.
And by the way, that now is 4 on Dixon. So 4 on Slater, 4 on Dixon. But
the young, look at this. The rule is if it's, whoa! Wow.
And Moore is fortunate that they didn't get him for pushing with that left hand. And now a problem for Rick Barnes as Santiago Vescovi has picked up his 4th.
Now, once that ball is deflected, take a look right now. See, now that ball can go into the backcourt. Either team can pick it up. But then a little too much contact. Great effort by the youngster from Uruguay.
Jemai Meshack is checked in for Tennessee.
Uh-oh.
Kennedy Chandler trying to sell Terry Weimer on the call that it went off of Gillespie. Villanova by 17. Let's see if the Vols can take advantage of some of the
good
hands.
Yep, and Rick Barnes, he's not throwing in the towel. Meshack, a young man from California, comes out of a terrific program. Well coached, excellent defender. You'll hear about him, Vol fans, through the years.
His dad played at Loyola Marymount.
Yeah, he's from Itawanda, which is a school that produced Darren Collison. Dave Kleckner, great coach out there. Good jump stop. Look at this, John.
Samuels inside.
That's crazy. How about that? That was a clinic in ball movement and basketball fundamentals. They have educated feet.
Yeah.
Their feet are the most educated feet in college basketball because they work on pivoting every day.
The other thing too is just the poise while being harassed the entire time. Just kind of methodical as Samuels was able to put it down. Shot clock under 10. Bailey lost the handle.
Look at this.
And a steal, Gillespie, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line. Right there, just Colin Gillespie just out hustling Tennessee in that spot.
Let's watch right here. And what you'll see at the end, watch Gillespie now. What you won't see at the end of this play, as soon as the whistle blows, there's 5 dark jerseys running to Gillespie to help him up.
Colin Gillespie trying to maybe bookend his career with national championships.
And he was just a role player on that 18 team where he backed up Jalen Brunson, the National Player of the Year. So once again, the storyline for Villanova is don't go there if you think you're going to be one and done. And John, there's a reason the 8 guys that are in the NBA that come out of this program seem to have success early because of the preparation they get from the Hall of Fame coach.
Tennessee, meanwhile, lost a couple of freshmen that went one and done. Keon Johnson, Jaden Springer.
And when you can go and make that kind of money, you go. But that's not the Villanova way. And it's usually not the Rick Barnes way, really. Most of the time, he's got the Josiah Jameses out there, the Kamwas. Rick's coached his share of NBA players. Some guy named Durant, TJ Ford, DJ Augustine. Go back to the Providence days with Eric Murdoch and Dickie Simpkins and Austin Crozier and Eric Williams. Michael Smith.
19-point game. Villanova with the lead. Archie Diacono gets it in. Moore with the bigger Kamwa on him. Hangs. And that one in and out. James the rebound.
Here's the matchup we were looking for at the beginning of this game. Gillespie and Chandler. Good hands.
Daniels tips it up ahead. Daniels at the basket, puts it in.
That's the one issue with Kennedy Chandler. We haven't seen him at his best today, John, but he's going to have to be able to pass over a length right there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any question he's expected to make a big impact for Tennessee, but he is a little undersized.
Yeah, there's no question. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of teams here today to watch him, trust me. And you see right there the 6'4" frame of Caleb Daniels out of St. Augs in New Orleans. Very rare that Jay Wright will take a transfer, but there was a connection to Villanova. There's a home run ball. Touchdown. What you love about that is they knew they were being pressed 94 feet, so they said, we got to loosen this defense up a little bit. That's an experienced team.
Powell launches. Yeah, the rebound pulled down by Moore.
Great block out. The team is so fundamentally sound. It's the best defense they've played all year as well. Look at those hands.
Quick hands. Chandler gets back to Gillespie. And then they get a foul on Kennedy Chandler.
Tennessee fouls on 1. Kennedy Chandler.
His third.
Villanova's coming off a win over Howard early in the week where they gave up 81 points, John. I don't think they played very well defensively. They have to get better on that end, but they have today. Now, Jay Wright's in the Hall of Fame, and I'm sitting with you, but this would be a good opportunity, not to take my starters out now, but to me, this would be a good opportunity to throw one of those freshmen in there with 4 veterans.
Right.
But that's not how he usually does it. He's, you know, you've got to really earn your time.
But I guess one of the things I'd ask is, do they need to cultivate more depth?
I think so. Yeah, I do. I think over the course of the season, we're going to see Patterson and Njoku, 2 young freshmen, who are going to be excellent. There's no question.
Powell inside. Nice drive.
He's going to be a good player, Justin Powell. He first part of last season at Auburn, he was outstanding, averaged double figures. Hit 2 games in the 20s.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this one in 2 games with Tennessee, he'd scored 24 points in 37 total minutes. So he's been some instant offense for him, at least at times. Longino can't hit.
He's getting some time now. We'll probably look at this. That's a foul.
Oh boy, that was a nasty collision as Daniels went down. 5:07 to go here, second half. All Villanova still to come. It's Purdue and North Carolina.
Here comes Archie Diacono and Powell, Daniels.
1-1 for Tennessee.
I think, you know, this kid is really a freshman too because of the COVID-free year, even though he played about a third of the season. He was hurt in January, I think January 2nd. Never got back in the lineup, but
he actually played AAU ball with Kennedy Chandler, so
good fit.
They're familiar with one another. Fit is usually a thread for the elite level teams, isn't it?
Yeah, no question. Again, so many older teams this year because of the super seniors. It's going to be a fun year in college basketball.
And you and I are a year older.
The kids kind of stay the same age. We just keep getting older. Vinny Johnson.
Offensive rebound.
Microwave.
Yeah.
You like that?
Sure. Tomorrow at 1 on ESPN, another top 20 women's college hoop matchup. You got number 12 Texas heading to Knoxville to tip with number 12 for number 16 Tennessee. Only the 3rd matchup between these two. Longhorns have won both the previous games. It's 1 p.m. on ESPN and the app.
Vic Schaefer doing a great job. Another great recruiting year. He's got a terrific young point guard, Rory Harmon, out of Houston. She's kind of like a TJ Ford type. I hope she takes that as a compliment because he was a National Player of the Year. But Vic Schaefer has done a terrific job on the 40 acres rebuilding that Texas program. I used to do the women's final NCAA tournament.
Did you?
I must not have done a good job because they didn't invite me back there.
They booted you off.
Yeah. I loved it. Coaches loved it too because hardest part about that is you do South Dakota State or Oral Roberts and you got to really study.
Yep.
Those young ladies are working just as hard as Justin Moore is today.
All Villanova in this one. And the winner will take on the winner of Purdue and North Carolina. That's still to come. And Matt Painter's got a really good team.
Oh, he sure does. 9 guys have started for Purdue that are on that roster now. Nice.
Vescovy drills that one. And he has 23.
That's that area that he's really improved since he arrived in Knoxville, is the outside shooting.
That matches his career high, by the way, with 23.
Great shot fake.
Slater inside and puts it home.
I know that you're tired of me saying that, but
Tennessee fans and,
you know,
obviously a lot of North Carolina fans as well.
One of the greatest Villanova players of all time went to high school right here in Uncasville. The great Harold Presley.
Oh.
Yeah. St. Bernard's High School. Nice cut.
Good look inside.
That was a hook he got away with. That's okay.
Loose ball.
Get to the floor.
And possession arrow favors Tennessee.
Trey Patterson in the game right now. We mentioned him. He's going to be an outstanding player at a Rutgers Prep. He got a chance to enroll last January because high school basketball in Jersey was shut down due to COVID, and got to practice and go to school as a second semester freshman, but he's technically really still a freshman.
Powell on the baseline gets that floater to go. Archie Diacono gets it into the front court.
I would describe him as a no-mistake guy. That's why Jay Wright comfortable with him backing up Gillespie.
Slater inside, and that'll go.
Been in foul trouble, but you can see the improvement of Brandon Slater, the senior.
Ziegler wandering inside, lightning quick. Arcidiacono almost a steal. Powell. And a loose ball to turnover there on Meshack. Under 2 to go. Moore backing down on the smaller Ziegler. Inside. That shot rejected out of bounds. It'll stay with Villanova.
Referees have had enough of blowing the whistles. They make sure no one gets hurt. Moore goes out. He'll rest up for tomorrow.
Yep.
I was surprised, John. I don't know about you. I'm stunned.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a little more of an even battle.
Yeah.
And today just was not Tennessee's day. I mean, I still feel like you can see they have pieces.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're playing a team that's got a chance to win a national championship. They'll see a couple of those teams in the SEC, but I think this is an aberration.
Yep.
Go Slater, man.
Yeah, Tennessee will be one of the best teams in their league, no doubt. Powell launches. And Meshack the rebound. The putback, that'll go. Good job by Jamai.
I watched this kid on tape early in the year. I looked at where he went to high school, and he is going to be a ball favorite someday. You won't hear much about him this year, but tough kid, great defender, and well coached in high school, as I mentioned earlier. You can see, watch him guard the ball. Locked in.
Yeah, they get Meshack on the foul. All right, how about our player of the game, brought to you by the Basketball Hall of Fame. And there he is, Jermaine Samuels, our player of the game, the double-double, 14 and 11, goes 6 for 10 from the floor. It really was all Villanova from the jump.
You know, 14 and 11, that could go on his tombstone someday. You know, hopefully a long, long time from now. But Jermaine Samuels is a kid I mentioned earlier. He played 5 minutes a game on the national championship team. And made himself into a player. Some people in Boston thought he was going to transfer home, and all he is now is a all Big East level player, and has been.
Ziegler inside, pretty good box out there by Patterson, and eventually it ends up with Villanova. Closing in at a minute to go.
See the big freshman from Delaware and Joku in. He's going to be good someday.
Jonas Adu in for Tennessee also. Under a minute in this one. And that one will go as Brandon Huntley Hatfield puts it in. The freshman who reclassified, and they like him. They think he's going to end up being a real nice player.
There are a lot of NBA teams that like him. He is only 18 years old. We have not called his name out today. Doesn't turn 19, I believe, until August, John. But there are a lot of teams already kind of eyeing him, looking at him for the future.
He was the number 4 prospect in the ESPN 100 for next year, reclassified and moved to number 19. Loose ball tipped out of bounds.
And that's a kid, John. There's a lot of, I mentioned, there's probably every team is here today. But that's a kid that if he's in this draft, he's going to get drafted. But does it make sense?
Right.
And if you just, you know, give it a little bit of time and percolate a little more, nice move.
Sakai Ziegler.
But if someone wants to waste a first-round pick on the kid, you got to take it. I just think that, like, the Villanova way of seeing guys like Bay and Brunson and Mikal Bridges and Purdue's doing it that way.
Did you say let it percolate a little bit?
Percolate, yeah, you got to percolate. Players got to percolate.
love it.
You know, I know you're an instant coffee
I'm
guy.
a coffee guy. You know, I love my coffee.
But sometimes that talent's got to drip, 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 you know?
Fair enough. Daniels, jumper, a little bit strong. And a loose ball. And that one tracked down by Njoku, who ends up out of bounds. 14.5 seconds left. And Villanova, the #5 team in the country, the Wildcats, handing a good Tennessee team